Let us make some more noise for the Sixers Stixers. Give it up! And good evening, everyone, and welcome to our opening reception. What a great way to start it off. Is anybody else ready for the club scene after rocking with them, right? So good. So my name is Ryan Leckie, and I couldn't be more excited to guide you through this incredible journey as your MC over the next few days. Together, we are going to explore everything this weekend has to offer, and I'll be with you every step of the way, leading you through exciting events and sessions. It is really, truly a privilege to be here with you all tonight throughout the course of this weekend. You know, I've spent most of my career telling the stories of the amazing people who call Pennsylvania home, celebrating our rich history and highlighting the unique spirit of our communities. It's easy to say I really feel a deep connection to this event. You know, Pennsylvania isn't just where I work, it's my home. From starting my television career right out of high school in Johnstown, pitching stories as a kid. You guys remember the Trapper Keepers back in the day? That's how I rolled. To hosting a daily morning show segment on WNEP-TV, the ABC affiliate that covered northeastern and central Pennsylvania. I've had the honor to be a part of a community that is passionate about its culture, its history, and of course, its future. One of the reasons I am so invested in this event is because it aligns so naturally with what I've always tried to do in my career in television. And now, as a CEO of my own marketing and production company, it's all about telling stories that matter. Over my career, I had the incredible opportunity to interview icons like Regis Philbin, sitting presidents, including Bill Clinton, but really some of the most meaningful stories and the things that always stuck with me are the ones about the people of Pennsylvania, their resilience and their contributions to our great nation. This gathering is historic in itself. We're here not to just look back on the past, but to actively shape the future. And as you stand here in the birthplace of America, take a moment to appreciate the legacy that we are celebrating and how each of you are all a part of that ongoing story. Look around you. What's so incredible tonight, people from all corners of the country are in this room, all gathered here not just to celebrate history, but to make it. This weekend, we stand at the crossroads of history and future, honoring the past while still charting a course forward. Philadelphia is the perfect backdrop for this occasion. It's where it all began. As we work to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the nation's founding, it is definitely fitting to be here in the birthplace of America. But before we dive deeper into this weekend, I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors for making tonight possible. Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters, Visit Philadelphia, and Microsoft. Their support has been invaluable. And now, without further ado, it is my great honor to kick off the first speaker of the evening, Patrick J. Burns, President and CEO of Metro Philly Management and the esteemed chair of the America250PA Commission.
Thank you, Ryan. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here tonight. I am deeply honored to stand before you as chair of America250PA, the commission, especially in this momentous occasion as we kick off this historic weekend. As we come together to reflect 250 years of American history, it's truly inspiring to me to see so many passionate individuals, communities, leaders gathered right here in Philadelphia, where the nation began. Being part of this national event, leading Pennsylvania contribution to a remarkable celebration, it's not just my professional honor, it's a personal privilege. We have a rare opportunity to reflect on the milestones that have shaped our country and to ensure the next 250 years are marked in progress, inclusion, and unity. Tonight, I want to take a moment to thank all of you, whether you're traveling across the country or across the street, to support your commitment and partnership in making and convening this a reality. I also like to express my deepest gratitude to the congressional members, state legislators, county, city, and municipal officials in the room tonight for their unwavering support. We have officials here from across the country and across the street, as well as people that represent Pennsylvania. So tonight, I ask all the elected officials to give us a wave. And let's thank them for all their help. Thank you. In addition, I'd like to recognize my fellow commissioners here with us this weekend. Fellow commissioners, please give us a wave. Thank you for your dedication and hard work during the last 5 years of getting this commission together. So tonight, we're not just celebrating the past, we're building the future, and thank you again for being part of this historic weekend. Have a good night.
Thank you, Patrick. Next, I'm super excited to introduce you to the person whose vision and dedication have been really at the heart of everything that's been done by America250PA. Her name is Cassandra Coleman. Cassandra is the executive director of America250PA. We actually met about 15 years ago around 4 in the morning, promoting one of her many amazing events that was making an impact in our community, and we became fast friends. Her energy and her passion for all things in the Commonwealth is inspiring and contagious. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the driving force behind this event and all things America250PA, Cassandra Coleman.
Thank you so much for the introduction, Ryan, and thank you for being our amazing guide for our weekend's festivities. In this great city of Philadelphia, almost 250 years ago, our forefathers signed the Declaration of Independence, ushering in what George Washington coined the Great Experiment. As I look out at all of our wonderful attendees, I see representatives from across this country, each devoted to commemorating and honoring our nation, its history, its present, and its future. And to you, I say welcome. Welcome to the place where it all began, where our forefathers convened at the First Continental Congress to voice their grievances with Great Britain, and where they later gathered to declare independence. Our nation was born here, and here, our nation will be commemorated. As Executive Director of America250PA, my heart and passion lie in celebrating and uplifting Pennsylvania's story. In doing so, I honor the creation and ongoing journey of this great experiment. But I'm more than just the Executive Director. I'm an American, and I'm a proud Pennsylvanian. I'm a granddaughter, I'm a daughter, and I'm a mother. My grandfather, the former mayor of Exeter, instilled in me the importance of actively participating in the growth and progress of our town, of our state, and of our country. His legacy in Exeter was not just one of leadership, but of unwavering care for the people in which he served. Inspired by his dedication, I followed in his footsteps and later became mayor of Exeter myself. This experience deepened my commitment to our community and to the values that have truly shaped our nation. Now, as I lead the efforts of America250PA, I carry forward the legacy of service and dedication, a legacy I can now pass on to my son. The Great Experiment is more than just a phrase. It's our lives. It's an experiment that began here a quarter of a millennium ago, that our great-great-grandparents took part in, and that our great-great-grandchildren will inherit. Celebrating 250 years is greater than a celebration of historic moments. It's a celebration of who we are, why we are, and our collective history. We stand in a unique position to remind our fellow citizens of each state's defining role in our great nation. And as we gather here, let us commemorate the story of America, and it is not confined to Philadelphia alone. Every state, every city, and every citizen has played a part in this grand narrative. From the historic streets of Massachusetts to the coastal charm of Rhode Island, from the rolling hills of Virginia to the heartland of Ohio, each of us holds a piece of the American tapestry. Together, we are entrusted with the responsibility to tell the stories of our homes, to deepen our pride and celebration, and to shape the history of our own time. As we gather in this historic city, let us remember that the legacy of our forefathers lives on through our actions today. This convening is not just about commemorating the past. It's about forging the future. It is about collaboration. It is about encouragement and the opportunity to learn from one another as we honor the story of America and this ongoing great experiment. So as we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons of the past, the pride of the present, and the hope for the future. Together, let us continue to shape the next 250 years of this great experiment. I am thrilled to have you here today and tonight, and I want to thank you for joining us, and I want to thank you for your dedication and your commitment to carrying forward the legacy of our nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Cassandra. And by the way, she has an amazing team too. So can we give them some love as well? It is now my honor to introduce our next speaker for the evening. Stepping in on behalf of Mayor Parker, we have Giselle Jones, Philadelphia's City Representative and Director of Special Events, and an America250PA Commissioner. Ms. Jones will be delivering remarks on the mayor's behalf, and we're so grateful that she is with us tonight. Please welcome Giselle Jones.
Good evening. It is so amazing to look out at this crowd and hear the remarks from Cassandra. And I am deeply honored and moved by it and happy to deliver remarks on behalf of our mayor, Mayor Cherelle L. Parker. But I do see some friends in the room. If you'll take a moment that I may say hi to Governor and Mrs. Wolf. Hello there. Haven't seen you in a while. Pat Burns and Cassandra, thank you for having me on this journey. My colleague, Michael Numis, who is the Philadelphia 2026 Director and the President and CEO of Visit Philly, Angela Bale. We know that many of you have traveled far and wide to be with us, and I want to thank you for that, for making the trip to experience what we know, Mayor Parker and I, that it will be a very spectacular weekend. I am honored to welcome you to the birthplace of American democracy and our nation's first World Heritage City, and my proud city, Philadelphia. Thank you. As we approach the 250th anniversary of our nation's founding, it is incumbent upon us to come together and work collaboratively to build on the promises of our founding fathers. Publicly recognizing this momentous occasion would not be possible without intergovernmental collaboration, something Mayor Parker has stated time and time again, as it is very essential to bring more resources to our city, something that she has prioritized since day one. This administration is super proud to be partners with leaders across the Commonwealth, including our governor, our congressional delegation, Philadelphia City Council, the Treasury, America250, and many more partner organizations throughout this region. As you may know, Philadelphia is set to welcome the world in 2026. for a year packed with once-in-a-lifetime citywide events and spectacles such as the FIFA World Cup, MLB All-Star Game, the PGA, and many more. As we are so excited to host these impactful events, our vision for the 250th anniversary extends well beyond all of these amazing festivities. As we approach 250 years of our nation's founding, the meaning of this moment rings as loud and true as ever, particularly here in Philadelphia and across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. From our Quaker roots and indigenous heritage to the many trailblazers who knew that 1776 was just the beginning of the fight for equal rights, Philadelphia has always been at the forefront of freedom. It was here in Philadelphia in 1869 that the women's suffrage movement pioneered a more inclusive definition of democracy. 2 years later, in 1871, civil rights leader Octavius Catto was killed here on the South Street in Philadelphia while fighting for Black Americans to exercise their right to vote. Nearly a century later, from 1965 to 1969, in front of Independence Hall, the annual reminders were among the earliest demonstrations to remind the American people that the LGBTQ+ community deserved basic civil rights protections. That's why 2026 is just more than a celebration, it's more than a milestone. No matter what city or state you are from, as we work to collaborate this weekend, let us leave here inspired and ready to make history together. In 2026, we will show the nation and the world that the birthplace of our democracy is the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with access to economic opportunity for all. Cassandra and Pat, again, I am honored to serve on the board, and I thank you for having me as a commissioner. And thank you to all of you for being here.
Thank you so much, Giselle Jones. Now, I got to be honest, the next speaker I'm introducing, I was kind of nervous about. I'm like, I better nail my outfit because this guy not only knows style, he knows the entertainment business, but even more importantly, this is somebody who is so passionate about Pennsylvania. He embodies the pride of PA, the creativity. He's a name you know, a face you know, the one and only Carson Kressley.
Thank you. No, please, a standing ovation. Please sit down. Thank you for not bringing chairs, because that makes me feel so good. And are we live on PCN right now? Oh, my mom's probably watching. If you're from one of our neighbor states, New Jersey, in the house, oh, just one lady. It's so close. It's only a bridge away. Where's the rest of them? Ohio has several. They had to drive like 6 hours. Anyway, no New Jersey shaming. Hello to everyone watching on PCN. It's our local Pennsylvania television network, and normally I just watch sheep shearing from the farm show, okay, on that, because I might look normal, but I'm very lonely. So it's great to be here. I'm going to take these off because I actually can't read with them. It's, again, just there's something wrong with me. So, Ryan, thank you for that glowing introduction. I so appreciate it. And thank you to everybody here tonight. I didn't realize it was going to be all of the states coming together here in Philly, in our beloved Pennsylvania. So I'm absolutely thrilled to be a part of this special event. So you might not know, but I was raised right here in Pennsylvania. I always tell people I was Amish adjacent, okay? I'm Pennsylvania Dutch, but I never wore a bonnet. I mean, for religious purposes. And I grew up in the Lehigh Valley, and we weren't Amish, but we were very, yeah. Oh, are these Lehigh Valley peeps? Oh, fantastic. What town? Oh, the heart of it all. Yes, it's where I was born. There's a little plaque in the hospital. So I grew up outside of Allentown in the beautiful Lehigh Valley, and every once in a while there would be a horse and buggy that wandered over from Kutztown, but that's a whole other show. And growing up here really shaped who I am, and although I've spent a lot of time in New York and LA for work, I always considered Pennsylvania home. When people say, "Where are you from?" I'm like, Allentown, hello. Very proud to be here. I now currently live adjacent to my family's Century Farm, which we've had since 1924. We raised some world champion horses there. Agriculture is a big part of PA, which we're very proud of. And eventually I found my way into the television world, kind of accidentally, and the values that I learned growing up in our amazing state, hard work, authenticity, embracing your uniqueness, have guided me so well through my entire life. So I was just thinking, did you all get to see the Liberty Bell over there? And it says pauses for a moment reflecting on his journey. So I'm going to reflect on my journey, and it's a real journey. Picture it, 1976. It was the bicentennial. I had a couple Quintinis or whatever the vodka drinks were, so bear with me, PCN. Hi, Mom. So it was 1976. It was our bicentennial. We even had special license plates. Remember, they had a little Liberty Bell on them? And somebody decided to reenact the journey that the Liberty Bell took when they were saving it from destruction from British forces. So turns out my neighbor, Frederick Leeser, I didn't know him because it was like literally 250 years ago, was in Philadelphia, and he had his wagon full of apples that he brought from the farm next to mine, and he was going to sell them for, I think, alcohol purposes. I'm just guessing. And they said, the British are coming, they're going to melt down the Liberty Bell. Dude, can we borrow your wagon? And he was like, absolutely. Frederick Leeser, Google it. And so he put the Liberty Bell in his wagon, and they covered it with straw and maybe some old apples, and they drove it all the way from here to Allentown, and they hid it in a church basement, which if I was looking for a bell, I'd probably look in a church, but whatever. It was their idea. And in 1976, somebody had the idea to reenact this journey. And my grandparents, being farmers that lived on the Frederick Leeser world, said, let's reenact this drive. And we will bring our horses and our wagons to Philadelphia. And we will dress in colonial garb. Imagine me, 7 years old, in a tri-corner hat. My grandmother was in a kerchief, like a ruffled, like Betsy Ross hat. We were insane, and we were driving show horses up 202 in traffic. I mean, they closed the roads-ish, and there was just not enough horse tranquilizer in the world to make it a good idea. But we did it, and we commemorated our amazing little town, New Tripoli, Pennsylvania, that saved the Liberty Bell. So my point, thank you, I know it took a while to get here. Thank you, sesquicentennies. My point is that we all have these amazing connections to our history. And I so look forward to everybody sharing your stories about Pennsylvania, which is my favorite state. But I look forward to hearing your stories about the history of the places where you come from and how that shaped our nation as we're now celebrating 250 years. So thank you for coming. I can't wait to hear all of your stories in 2026. Thank you. I think I was supposed to say some other stuff, but that went really well. I'm going to leave now.
Thank you, Carson. You know what? This evening event is unforgettable, and there's still more. We have special moments on tap for you. Later tonight, we're going to have a spectacular show on the terrace that will bring history to life in a truly captivating way. So make sure at 7:15, make your way outside for this incredible show, and even keep an eye out because you may spot some historic figures mingling around the room. And before we wrap up tonight, I want to extend a sincere thank you to all of tonight's speakers, if we can give them another round of applause. For all of their incredible contributions and their powerful words, really, that have set us up for such an incredible weekend ahead. And we can't forget a big thank you to our entertainers at the start of this event, the Sixers Stixers, for their amazing performance. And as we look ahead to tomorrow, just remember our general sessions begin bright and early at 8:30 in the morning at the National Constitution Center. We have a full day of thought-provoking discussions, inspiring speakers, and moments you definitely won't want to miss. So thank you again for being a part of this tonight, and really thanks you to all of you for making this event so memorable. Have fun. 7:15, we'll see you outside.